Hello, in this video I'm going to be talking about the documentary Maquilapolis, and what my thoughts were about this and the questions that were related to this documentary. So for the first question, when it's talking about NAFTA, NAFTA basically stands for the North American Free Trade Agreement, which basically is a trilateral trade agreement between the United States, Canada, and Mexico, right? And so, um, basically it was related to the free trade aspect. So, you know, um, products that would be sold in the USA or Canada, for example, you know, could be easily traded, and built in other countries like Mexico, or like, for example, some cars would be built in Canada and then shipped to the U.S. to be sold in the U.S. So that's basically what NAFTA is all about. It's very integral into our day-to-day society and what products we get each day, um, because of this free trade agreement between the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Um, and some of the upsides to, when watching the documentary in relation to NAFTA and how we saw NAFTA, which leads into the second question, is, um, NAFTA helped create jobs for people in the communities where the factories are built, and where those products were being made, because of the fact that the factory workers would still be paid, which would help then in turn help boost the economy, because the people that are local will be buying stuff that are local, like in their local shops and whatever, thus improving their local economy. Um, in relation to the inequality and the immigration about this documentary, the inequality, I mean, the just the treatment of the workers at the plant were just horrible, disgusting, in my opinion. Um, in comparison to workers here in the U.S., um, the the standards of what the workers were working in some of those factories down in Mexico and Tijuana were, um, very, very disgusting, in my opinion. The fact that they had so many health issues and repercussions after that, after working there just for even a short while, was mind blowing. Um, I knew going into this documentary, because I'm a car person by nature, and I know, for some example, some of the car makers, make cars in Mexico and Canada, and even in the U.S., but they send them either way, type of thing, like into each different country, right? But I didn't realize how bad the factories were in Mexico when watching this documentary. Um, it was just disgusting, like I mentioned. In terms of the immigration aspect, I mean, they had mentioned as well that, you know the factories being built in China, for products being built in China, and people immigrating out of that. They didn't need to. I mean, because they were, you know, um, the factories were already there, and they were helping boost the economy. However, the conditions weren't great, which probably made some people choose to immigrate. However, like I mentioned, it goes back to the local economy. I mean, I live in Detroit, so we're the automotive capital of the world. So the big thing here being produced in our factories are vehicles. So, um, but I've talked to numerous people that have worked in the factories for the vehicles, um, and just the conditions here are a lot better than they were in Mexico, which was one of the big takeaways that I took from this, was just how different those factories were, and the conditions and how they treated their workers in the factories. It was just mind blowing. Um, so I really did enjoy watching this documentary. It opened my eyes to, the fact that there are multiple, um, not necessarily multiple, but different conditions for workers, in different countries. And I kind of knew that coming into it, but I just didn't know how severe it actually was. And so it did truly open my eyes to the fact that, the equality between even just the countries of, the companies that build these products. Like, for example, I'll just go back to the automotive thing, where Ford has plants both in Mexico, the U.S., and Canada. And I could probably guarantee you, I haven't seen what the factories are like in Mexico, but they're probably a lot different than they are here in the U.S. in terms of how they treat the employees, and how how the process of working in a different country would be. So thank you very much for watching. I truly did enjoy watching this documentary. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.